Bet they ain't forgot me. Hold me. Don't know me. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, it's not even showing a viewer, but a thumbs up already. Good morning. We're on deck of many things, some messages today. Then we'll get into shadow cards and we'll get into the collective reading. Dude, I know I skipped Libra and Scorpio again. I don't know what it is. I just think because they are on kind of an alternate timeline than what's going on. They're in between timelines kind of deal, right? Still in a pick and choose type of way. So they're not quite, for me, in my web, falling into the rest of the collective zodiac readings. Because for that to happen twice in a row. But I'm going to get you guys later. I'm going to do that in a pre-recorded. Because I don't know how much time I got. I'm starting late today, so chances of me not getting interrupted are slim. All right, so messages for those who might need them today, and I'll recap them again at the end. I just woke up today, time gone by, but you still look the same. It felt so real to have you back with me. It's just too bad it was just another dream. I can't hear you, Peach. When the student is ready, the master appears. A true master knows when it is time to disappear. Nothing is impossible, meaning all things are possible, even impossibilities. Good morning. And the last one I got here is, you don't get to know what I do with my time. You don't get to say that you miss. Oh, wait. You don't get to say that you ain't doing all right. That's the other lines in that song. That's a Kenny Chesney song. You don't get to tell me you ain't doing all right now. You don't get to tell me, you don't get to worry about what I do with my time. You gave up all those rights. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Talking about all these interesting energies, man. Like I said, I even pulled the heart card after pulling the lady and the gentleman and all those other cards this week. It's just been getting crazy with that deck. If you guys are wondering what it is, that's it. This is the one that I'm using. I love it. I don't know who said it, but there is a quote that says, ooh, almost dropped them all. There is a quote that says, if you want to teach your children how to think, read them fairy tales. I actually want to get the Brother Grimm's original tales. I'm surprised. I might have read some of them, but I was always more of a Hans Christian Andersen fan. But this has a bunch that I didn't even know. Like, I knew Ricky Tikki Taffy in those, but there's some that I don't know. So I think it's really cool. All right, so the shadow deck is not giving me nothing this morning. It's like, what? Everybody's got a different issue today, apparently. Dude, the energies are super crazy. Oh, right when I was about to be done with it. I'm talking about that too. I'm wanting to make some candles. I actually still have, from the video that I did a couple of days ago, I still have all dried now. See how pretty they look when they're dried? Those are the mimosas and the swamp roses and the elderberries that I collected under the full moon eclipse. So I'm going to go ahead and make some candles with those for the 10th eclipse. I think that'd be nice, right? Kind of close out whatever this energy is. Winds of Activation was upside down. I haven't pulled it. I'm gonna put it to the side because I haven't pulled that card in a long time. So there's no reason that one should have been upside down. And you guys watch me pull these things all the time. Meadow of Vulnerability. Still regaining my voice too. So a bunch of you guys in here today. So these up here. Should we do the old path or universal? Since I got like 4 of you guys in here, I'll let you guys do a little vote real quick. Pick one of those for the 5D timeline. Do this for the 3D. That posted twice while you were buffering. The old path. All right. And for the 3D, for y'all that know me, we got the skull, the clown, or the heart. And then, yeah. The heart. You want to know what's funny about that heart deck, too? Is when you pull the cards out, they're actually got swords on them. Whew. All right. Right before we get started. Cool, too. I'm pulling out the juniper since we got that tree, the juniper story the other day. And Susan up in the Zen Den used this in the spring in bulk rituals that they did up there. So I picked some up. I can't find my torch, though. I know, I'm so entertaining. I just sit here in silence. All right. Let's get to it, huh? 3D, 4D, 5D. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to cast any other intentions with this eclipse other than closing out cycles, right? Because that's what everybody's been talking about, right? We're all hitting a precipice of closing out certain cycles, right? I get the one saying, what, the game ends as soon as you stop playing. I think everybody's ready to shift into a new type of energy right now, but we have to be able to release all the things that happened in the past energies. It's very similar to the stuff that, very similar to the energies that was going on in 2019, but it depends on what was happening for you in 2019 as to what's going to be happening to you for you now. Because everybody's on a different part of the timeline, right? There you are. So we're all at different stages. I don't know, I was thinking about that too. People are always asking me, they're like, why do you do things here the way I do at Tower, right? Why don't I do more clickbaity titles? And why is Cards and Coffee titles so ambiguous and so vague? And it's like, that's kind of the point. They're supposed to be pretty timeless. Right? Those are keywords that are just going to mean something to somebody at random. Looked at or upside down. And the point is being kind of hard to find, you know? I don't feel like if you're the kind of person who easily falls for the manipulative tactics of the basic YouTuber algorithm people, then you're not going to understand what I'm talking about here. A lot of the stuff that I'm talking about here is going to go way over your head. So I like being kind of hard to find. Sonia taught me that. Be like, woo, just that little bump, man. It was just like, people who don't understand get pretty triggered pretty easily. She's a Sagittarius. She's muted fire. She can be a little bit nicer about it. Just Aries with all the fire on the background is just too much. Too much. All right. So on the 3D, I got a little bit of paranoia, right? Maybe around finances, but that's not necessarily with this deck, right? A little paranoia that someone is gunning for you, or someone is sending you negative energy, or someone is you know what I'm saying? Someone's almost out to either they're wishing and wanting to watch you fall, or someone is actively poking holes at you or whatever, trying to mess it up. You got the King of Hearts here. Right? I get the kind of energy of tending her own garden, taking care of her own garden, using masculine energy, right? Defending your intuition. There is the 7 of Cups here. There is still some illusions about on the 3D. Things are not all quite what they seem, right? Because you got the King of Hearts and then you got the 10 of Hearts right after that, right? 10 of Cups. And at the end, you got the King of Fire, right? But in this deck, it's got the Medusa energy. You know, and her whole thing is she can turn people to stone with a stare. You know, and it's funny too, because I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up. I've been listening to the Sword of Truth series on Audible, and with the swords and everything else, it's a lot about perspective. It's a lot about people learning about their own powers and what you're capable of causing chaos on the 3D, right? And then if you can, then you believe people can do it to you in the same sense. And that type of ability and power comes with a lot of responsibility. Like there's no wrong or right in it. I don't think the illusions on the 3D are any type of malicious intent. I think it's just mainly the social media things, what people aren't who they post to be. And there is a lot of hater energy going on right now. People who can't figure it out get very upset at people who can. Just, I get a sense of don't be too defensive though, right? I also get a feeling of saying that it's like the 10 of Cups doesn't mean perfection. That's not what it's supposed to mean. Right? A lot of people are like, oh, the 10 of Cups means I hit it and we're millionaires and we live in our own private island now and blah, 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 blah. And life is just no, that's not it at all, y'all. Life is still life, right? It's just you're more at peace with it. Don't worry about what's illusion right now, right? Will do if someone's lying to you, but I don't get that sense. The person, I feel like you're paranoid that someone's gunning for you, but you're forgetting your own power in the sense that you have the ability to shield negative energy. Definitely watch for anybody who's genuinely making moves against you, but I sense a lot of it is paranoia, right? On the 4D, I see a lot of focus on planning and trying to make some moves, right? Working towards some celebrations, right? Starting to plan them, envision them in your mind, think about them, things of that nature, right? I get the Queen of Pentacles, a very nurturing energy, right? Followed by the 7 of Swords and the Emperor, right? And this deck has the chess piece, right? I don't get a sense that someone is like negatively out to get you. That's why I was saying, like, I think it's more paranoia. But with the 7 of Swords here, there is definitely games being played and someone being very sneaky. Because I feel like this is one side's energy. And then this is whatever that nagging sense in the back of your mind is, someone that's kind of slinking around, right? Or thinking about how they could figure it out. How they could get some more information on you, or, hearing roundabout, finding a roundabout way to figure out what's genuinely on your mind. On the 5D, the 5D is calling you what? You got to get some balance over your passion and your emotions, right? It's about discovering new perspectives and things like that, but you also have to maintain a balance with that all the way down to the 3D. There's definitely truces that do need to be made. So that's definitely giving me the sense, and you got a Knight of Pentacles here, right? So I do get a sense that there's like a plot of a message or something that's going to be coming through, trying to bring a truce, whether you're doing this or they're doing this or whatever energy is going on. I don't know if this is necessarily a love partner. Might just be like an old friend or anybody that you had a falling out with, is just trying to figure out a way to, they want balance too. They just want a truce. They want to be able to send a message, right? This is a lot of strength is going to be needed for this, right? It's a lot of strength, and it's a lot of having to put down your guard. Because I feel like in this sense, it's like a lot of people have so much going on that you really need to start picking and choosing your burdens wisely right now. Because there's building strength, and then there's overburdening yourself, right? And what do I say when I see this card, especially in this deck, right? He's sitting here struggling. He keeps trying to pick him up. Put him back over his shoulder. And it's like, dude, take 2 seconds, put them all back down on the ground, and then bundle them up and pick them up again. Find an easier way to do it. Take your belt off and, carry them under your shoulder. You don't have to just sit there struggling over and over, right? Trying to hold everything up. All right, definitely we got Naked Before Stars and vulnerability. There's definitely a calling for forgiveness right now, and that puts you in a vulnerable spot. Because if you want forgiveness from somebody else, you first have to, one, recognize where you've made mistakes as well, and then forgive yourself for them, right? You can't expect forgiveness from somebody. Well, it's just like any other thing, like love or anything else like that. No one else can give it to you. You have to find it within yourself as well. But if you don't find it within yourself, and then you go to these people and you try to apologize, or if someone comes to you, definitely take a minute to recognize where you played the part in the roles too. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable that's the big message with this card, right? This is, don't be afraid to be vulnerable. And this is like, but I feel naked. You know what I'm saying? But this is all about bringing that activation, for sure. For sure. There is nothing more uncomfortable than coming out of your comfort zones. And if your comfort zone, especially with these cycles that have been going on, is maintaining these toxic narratives for a long period of time, whether you've sorted them out in your mind or anything else like that, you've already gotten into a pattern of, you've gotten into a cyclic thought pattern, right? So I did pull this card this morning, Jack of Hearts, the heart card. And this is Love, Passion, Attraction, the Bulgarian story of Cinderella, a.k.a. Pepe Lashika. I can see why they changed it. The handsome prince sees a lovely young woman in a beautiful dress in church. Not knowing she is Pepe, a mistreated stepdaughter. He is fascinated by her. He sees her 3 times and goes looking for her with her lost shoe. The attraction between the two was instant, but the connection didn't come so easily. Lucky for you, when the heart shows up, a lover may be close at hand, especially if the card for another person is close. It can also point the way to something you are passionate about. Look for cards nearby to show you whom or what has your attention. Sorry, I should have grabbed my glasses. Pepe has her happily ever after because her prince didn't give up. You must seek your own love by leaving your heart's door open. This card says your partner can't be that far away, so keep your eyes open and your heart as well. Remember that you can also find passion in doing things that fulfill you. Use this guy today. We're going to use this guy for everybody's card. Okay, so for those of you that are already happily in love, don't worry about a lover coming at you. This is going to be something for, something you're passionate about coming towards you. For those of you, I feel like you have a lover coming. Let's see what the cards have to say about that. Take it as it resonates to your storyline, y'all. All right, Aries. We got the Princess of Swords. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't be too hasty. Be sure you're not being too naive about the situation, all right? Taurus, 5 of Cups. Don't focus on the past. If you've got new things coming in, don't focus on past failures. Gemini, Justice. Remember, whatever decisions you make, the objective is to have a light heart about it. Be careful making heavy-hearted decisions. Cancer, coming out into the sun about something I see here. Leo, Queen of Cups. Very loving and open energy. You're like, okay, love is an open door. Here we go. Just be mindful. Don't be naive either, right? Ace of Swords for you, Virgo. Mind your thoughts, mind your words. If you want it, focus and direct it. It's got to happen in the 3D. You can't just keep wishing for stuff up in the 5D and casting attentions up here and then not speaking them and actually working towards them in the 3D as well. Libra. Definitely see you making something with your hands, and in making things with your hands, building into your own power and intuition as well. Scorpio, the Magician. Right? Now, this is more ritualistic, right? This is like actually taking the time to use all the elements in order to manifest for yourself and taking the time to actually do the calculations of if I do manifest this, right? This is the beginning of a major cycle for you. Sagittarius. Oh. All right, that's enough said for Sagittarius. Capricorn. Don't let your anxieties about the past ruin good connections that are trying to come in for you, okay? Don't be jaded. All right? That's the only thing I'm getting. Don't be jaded and be mindful. Don't be too quick to be a drama queen, right? And definitely take a moment and be mindful if you're meeting new people, how much you imbibe in things that might alter your... it might cause you to slip if you've been feeling this way lately, right? That's not the impression you want to give on people. Aquarius, keep meditating on it. Pisces, 7 of Swords. Very similar advice that I gave to Capricorn there, right? focusing on love, like the futility of love or the futility, I'm never going to get what I want in these things. That's exactly what's locking the door from them coming in. You have to be able to release it. It might not be exactly what you thought you were going to get or exactly what you thought you wanted or exactly how you thought it was going to come in. But just because you didn't get Cinderella, right? Doesn't mean that you don't have the opportunity to. All right, y'all. Let's do a recap of these cards real quick. For those of you who missed it when you came in late, these are the deck of many thing messages that came out this morning. And it says, I just woke up today, time gone by, but you still look the same. It felt so real to have you back with me. It's just too bad. It was just a dream. It says, when a student is ready, the master appears. A true master knows when to disappear. You don't get to know what I do with my time. You don't get to say that you ain't doing all right. Nothing is impossible, meaning that all things are possible, even impossibility. And the last one here is I can't hear you, Peach. I do feel like a lot of subliminal messages are not going through, y'all, because people are tired of listening to telepathic messages from people on these timelines. It is a time to close out these cycles and enter the era of actually communicating. I love you guys. I'm going to catch you as soon as I can. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I had a lot of fun today. Thank you guys for participating and helping me pick out the decks. And I'm going to be back as soon as I can. I'm going to try to get, that secondary Libra and Scorpio alternate timelines up this today. All right. Love y'all.